So greetings everyone. GM. Thanks for dialing in. My name is Edison. I'm the co-founder of Suberra. So Suberra, we are a payments company. We allow business to be able to accept crypto payments easily. So so let me just
Yeah, why don't
maybe
we
just
kick this off,
yeah.
like doing some introductions. My name is Zonzi. I'm hosting the AMAs here on the Polygon Discord, and today we're speaking with Edison, as he's already introduced himself from Suberra. So yeah, Edison, why don't you kick this off, just like sharing what your backstory is, like who you are, what were you doing before crypto, how'd you get into the space, and how'd you find yourself working on the Suberra protocol?
Okay, yeah, so just to kind of share some highlights of that. So I started doing really venturing and playing around with crypto. First as a user. So when I was a international student in the US, I have to transfer myself money from Singapore to US. So the way that we go around it is that there used to be banks that you can go around it, but the fees are really expensive. So I figured out that I can actually just transfer myself cryptocurrency from Singapore to US and cash it out to my bank account. So that was back in 2017, and I found that there was a great kind of usage for crypto. But during those days, I was just a purely a user. I don't actually use the chain as well. I would say that I don't really have a fair understanding of the chain at the point of time. So I think what really kind of kickstart the interest for my side is that so when I was in so it's also in college we have classes where we talk about blockchain and cryptography stuff. So during that time, I kind of just got to know about the scalability issue, whereby like because of Ethereum, the scalability is something that many people are interested in. So one of the CTO of Microsoft, so he came down to CMU, which is where I was studying at, and just talk about scalability of blockchains, and that got me so interested in this. And I just decided that after college, I'm just going to do full time into crypto, and eventually I found myself in Zilliqa. So Zilliqa is a layer one blockchain company. It's similar. It's also solving the scalability issue. So I was there in 2018, and was there for a good three years or 4 years doing developer relations and just helping them to build different dApps on the platform. So I think that for myself is that I eventually found myself more leaning towards how uh dApps are being built, because more interested in how it interacts with the with users. So when I was trying to play around with crypto, I mean back then me and my co-founder we were doing a lot of things on in the crypto space. Maybe just going to tokens and go into projects just like some of you are doing right now. And we realized that we really wanted access to a lot of data, and we started to subscribe to platforms that we can get data, get APIs and stuff like that. And we realized that there's not much good ways about just being able to get um I mean there's not many good ways that we can subscribe to things anonymously. So the perspective is that we do not really want to just submit our credit cards to some of this website. So we wanted to pay with cryptocurrency, and we realized that most of them can't really do it. So the first touch point was actually when I was subscribing to Tencent. And just I just ping and let's say, hey, I want to subscribe with crypto USDC. Do you accept it? And Alex was saying that yeah, we accept it, but it's just really oh, you have to send it manually to us, and there's nothing that we can do for recurring subscription. It would be cool if someone is doing someone that's a crack at it and just solve the problem. So we started to just go towards the direction that we after we just talk to many people, we realized that I mean payments is just something that we just believe in so much, but there really wasn't this kind of killer app or killer experience that will blow people away. So most of the transactions today are still mostly people are trying to buy NFTs and buy tokens, but it's less of people trying to transact. So we just think that gradually we kind of have to be working towards a mission that the future of finance and the future of commerce is going to be on chain. Things are a lot more frictionless there, and we started to do things that are more linked towards that. So we wanted to look into how to solve the payments issue, because we feel that for the functioning like economy of like people who are in like, I mean, for people to stay in crypto, is that they can kind of like just like spend and make money from crypto. And I would just think that like payments is actually very crucial there. Like we need payments for businesses so that when they receive like USDC or any other token, they can just like pay people as well. So that was kind of like where we got our inspiration to kickstart Suberra. Sorry for being long-winded, but that's like just like sharing very quickly on it.
Oh, it's good. I appreciate the good general overview of everything, and it's a very awesome mission statement. I think you guys are solving a very legitimate problem. Like, crypto payments are key to mass adoption, right? Like you said, it's a superior form of payment to fiat, right? Like it's a when I look at crypto, it's internet native, global by default, right? Compared to every fiat or financial product outside of crypto is all typically segregated to the specific geographic area. Um, Anyways, let's do a deeper dive on Suberra and how everything works. And I just want to remind the Polygon community, if you have any questions for Edison, make sure to just drop them in the text channel, and I'll ensure they get asked. So yeah, where are you guys currently at in your development journey, and how long have you been working on this for?
Yeah, so we have like been so we work so like the current like version of like Suberra, which is like on EVM chain, is we started that back in I would say July. And we are already live on like Polygon right now. So merchants who are interested to receive like USDC for things like one-time payment as well as subscriptions can actually use Suberra to do it. Today we actually allow like subscriptions with Telegram Premium as well as Crunchyroll. So if anyone of you wants to like subscribe to these two services, you can just head to withcrypto.co, and there's like a link there that you can just like sign transactions and subscribe to Telegram Premium or like Crunchyroll. We are also onboarding more merchants as we speak. So if there's like, any merchants that you really want to subscribe with USDC, just give us a ping, and then like we can tag us on Twitter, so we can just like support them as well. Yeah, so we are already live. Right now we are just like busy onboarding more and more merchants, and also we just want to kind of like just share with everyone what we are working on, and see if there's anyone who's kind of like just interested to build together with us to fulfill the journey of like making crypto payments seamless for commerce.
Yeah, that's incredible. And I'm on your website right now, and there's this one graphic where it says accept crypto payments anywhere. And it gives a ton of examples like popular wallets, messaging apps, social media platforms in the metaverse. So if you want to add Suberra payments to your metaverse or e-commerce site, that's what really stood out to me personally was Shopify and WooCommerce. Like there's so many different ways to implement crypto payments, but I feel like they're all kind of unique. Like it could be Binance Pay or Coinbase Pay, and there needs to be something that's more open and accessible for making these e-commerce payments. So anyway, I'd love it if you could just elaborate on all the ways that you could utilize Suberra payments.
Okay, I think you just like I mean you touched on some very good points there. So Suberra, our end customer is that we want to integrate with merchants so that we can enable your payments. So you can collect payments for anything, such as e-commerce, tickets, or maybe let's say that you really want to have like a SaaS company, like software as a service, whereby you charge people to say that $49 to access your analytics or your research report. You can actually like use Suberra to accept payments there. So payments is like something that we have been thinking about a lot, because like that's like our core business. And there's like so many ways that we can go around it. Our current take is that we want to enable this what we call as a pool-based payment. So like the innovation here in Suberra is that we stand apart from other like companies who are tackling payments, because we want, but I mean what is essentially under the hood of Suberra is that we enable pool-based payment. So there's generally two kinds of payments. There is a push-based payment, whereby whereby the payer has to initiate every transaction. So that is kind of the transactions that we are very used to on most of the blockchain network, whereby you have to sign a transaction every time. But this is not going to work for real world commerce because, like for example, let's say that you subscribe to Netflix. No one is going to have the time to subscribe and sign a transaction every single month. I mean, it's alright if you want to do it for one or two like providers, but if you can't like subscribe to like 10 like services, you're not going to actually like do it. So that's why like this is very important about doing a pool-based payment. Another thing that we can actually do with pool-based payment is that essentially our idea is that uh we really want to empower your wallets to become your bank. So you own your keys, you keep your funds in your wallet, and you can spend there. So imagine that one day you will be able to get like a card that is issued against your USDC on your MetaMask on Polygon, and you can just like go to any store and like spend, and you just withdraw the fund. So especially right now is that I mean after all the incident like FTX and stuff like that, I think many people are actually very careful about just like keeping the funds on a centralized exchange. So like there's like this movement of a decentralization that's going on, and that's like what Suberra stands for. So Suberra is essentially like we're entirely self-custody. Merchants can use us, and we don't actually store the funds on behalf of merchants. So we do not even like have a smart contract that will lock your funds. If you are a merchant and you want to accept crypto payments, you can bring your own wallet, and what we do is that we just enable this like seamless flow of money from your customers to your wallet directly. And that's really important for like the Web3 kind of ethos where we're talking about self custody, we're talking about control of a wallet, and so essentially that's like what we are currently working on. I think you touched on a very good point on our website is that why is it that we say accept crypto payments for anything? Um, because the long term is that we feel that like in payments itself, uh, many of the payments today are currently like one time payment, right? So like for example, you can just go to like maybe like buy some merchandise, and it's a one time payment collection. But we just think that payments can be richer than just one time payment. It can also be things like subscriptions. In fact, we also started to think about subscription NFTs, which is very cool. Just imagine that your kind of like membership into like a website is being like done fully on chain as a subscription NFT. Subscription NFT is very like interesting by itself because it's very different from your regular NFTs. It's an NFT that basically aspires. So you can kind of like subscribe to this NFT. Subscribe to a platform and they give you this like subscription NFT. And that's going to expire in let's say 30 days unless you renew your subscription. So we think that this just brings like the experience of like payments on chain so close to the real world. And we're just like so excited to see that what some of you that's listening right here can actually make use of what we built for your business.
Yeah, that's incredible. Um, it's hugely impactful, like how Web3 and cryptocurrency has the ability like to disrupt the entire payments industry. Like, one of the things that really stood out to me when I was reading more into this was how NFTs can disrupt the ticket industry, and I feel like a lot of the underlying principles there apply to battle passes too, or like season passes. Like, say you have a season pass at some stadium, so you can go see your favorite sports team all season long. I don't know. Maybe Edison, what are your thoughts on selling concert tickets and season passes on as NFTs as opposed to like how it's traditionally been done, where a lot of people take advantage of ticket poaching and stuff like that?
Yeah, I think that's like an angle that can really take shape, right? Because if you think about it, your wallet is kind of like your like I mean your wallet is something that you can bring around with you, and you can have like NFTs that is in your wallet that you can show people anywhere. So in fact we were just like thinking that like some of those like concert tickets can be NFTs. I actually went to this like concert recently. I think 3 months ago. It was like a DJ and like kind of like I mean it's a DJ concert. So I mean the concert is really cool and like we have like these like NFTs that represent the ticket and we bought it. So you can check out like I mean like it's actually in my wallet actually I have like a Docs wallet out there. Edison 0xyz.eth. So you can go in there and can see that there's like this NFT that represents like a ticket pass. So um so there are already people like who are actively like trying out using like concert tickets for experiences and I think that's like an interesting experience because it does like more than just like entry but it also creates like this like, community that can unite with an NFT. So because when with this NFT it's not just about something that's in your wallet but you can also connect to things like Discord, things like Telegram, through things like through tools like Collabland or maybe like Leap protocol, that can give you access to like different services. So it basically helps like musicians and events. So it basically helps like artists and musicians to curate a small community that they can just like grow and engage better. So all in all, I think that this is like something that is working towards the right direction. That if one day people are able to have like wallets easily, then the vision that event tickets can be an NFT is gonna fly. So that's like what I think so. Season pass as well, right? So season pass um is that you just imagine that maybe for example you want to go to a ski resort because right now it's winter. So let's say we want to go to a ski resort, you wanna buy like a season pass just for that. If you have a wallet, then technically you can actually just like show that you have an NFT or you can sign a message and you could get access to the ski resort. And it's so much more than just like I mean it's so much better than just like a QR code because in this case when you have a wallet, let's say that if someone wants you to come and sign a message to get in, this pass is not that transferable because like you basically need that private key to be able to sign a message. So arguably it's actually maybe safer than some of those like options out there. But I think that we are just like kind of like just scratching the surface when it comes to events and ticketing. There's a team that's working on events right now, which is like not sure if some of you know on the floor it's like Unlock Protocol. So Unlock Protocol has like this platform that they do events like sales, and I think that's really great. They are trying to use NFTs for that. Um, so I think that is probably answers the question on how I think that that's going to work. Yeah.
Yeah, that's so cool, and I don't know, I just find it like the resellability too is like another really cool aspect. Anyways, by the way, I forgot to mention if you want to screen share anything, you are more than welcome to. Like if you want to go over a slide deck or do a live demo, feel free.
Mm.
One thing that I was curious about is like how can businesses or people start using Suberra today?
Okay, so business can like start using Suberra like just like being able to integrate. So I think let me just try and see if I can share my screen. Since you mentioned that, just a moment. Ah, damn. I think I need a permission for that. So uh, all right, I think I need to basically give permission, so I have to like rejoin.
All right. Yeah, and guys,
Yeah, I
oh, sorry, go ahead.
yes. Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, guys, come up with some good questions because like, there's so many use cases for this, and I don't know. I personally have so many questions that I want to ask. So, um, I don't know. Feel free to drop your questions. Don't be shy.
Yeah, so let me just kind of just go through very quickly on like how, let's say that if you're a business, then how do you get onboarded to Suberra? So generally is that there's like a few different like methods that you can integrate. We have this thing that is called like no code, and that's like essentially that you can set up an account, you can set up like a product, and you can basically just share the link with anyone. So imagine that I want to sell like a maybe like a pass to my Telegram, right? I don't have a website. I just want to create like a gated community of like people in my Telegram. So you can create this payment link and then just share it with anyone. So in that payment link, you can collect things like the Telegram ID or the email address, and then you can basically add the person into your Telegram group using like this method. So that's like the no code method. Another way is that like you can use what we call a low code, which is a hosted checkout page. That is that you can integrate with your existing websites with our hosted checkout. So this is suitable for most company actually because so let's say that you have like a payment method. Maybe you are collecting credit card payments, you can route to Stripe, but you can also collect crypto payments and then you route to Suberra. So on this hosted checkout page, we have like everything that you need to be able to subscribe to a service. So like I said, like maybe I can maybe just like show a very visual walkthrough of like a service that we have. So this is like a merchant that is integrated with Suberra. You can subscribe to things like Crunchyroll. So let's say if I want to subscribe to like this pass over here, and yeah, so that's like so the first thing you have to do is just connect your wallet. Let me just see, just a moment.
I actually just started using Frame. I was using MetaMask and I just recently made the switch.
Yeah, but it's like sometimes it's just like very like choppy as well. It just like become like red color sometimes of the network. So that's like yeah. Anyway, so let's say like I change like Polygon for instance, right? And then I can just like check out. So this is what we call as a checkout page. If you are like a merchant and you are subscribed to like you want to use us for like subscription, you'll basically get this like whole page by itself. So you can just like link into like this hosted checkout page, and then like we will be able to help you to collect your things. You can set up things like discount codes. You can set up things like your email address, and then like what we actually allow and I mean, so let's say that you kind of like just put an email here and then you can subscribe. So I'm not going to do it right now because I already have a subscription for Crunchyroll. But essentially once I subscribe, there'll be a signature that I have to sign, and then you can get access to like Crunchyroll on a recurring basis. So that's how essentially how like Suberra works. I think some like cool little details that we have here is that um transactions fees on Suberra is going to be zero. There's like, so let's say if you're trying to pay a merchant, you don't have to pay a single cent of like gas fees. And because what we do behind the scenes is that we have like this gasless transaction that we take care of our gas fees on behalf of users. So it just make the whole payment experience very seamless because you just have to sign transaction and you're all set. You don't even need like Matic token to pay because we basically pay for that on behalf of you. So that's like how the payment experience work in Suberra. Yeah, so jumping back into integration, so this is suitable for like most business out there. So most of the business that we've seen, they usually route to a Stripe hosted checkout page, but in this case, you can actually route to like Suberra's hosted checkout page for crypto payments. And then like finally is that if you really want the full control of your payment experience, you can consider like doing integrating those like buttons yourself. So you can use the SDKs to embed things like to permit to basically get those like APIs that you have seen just now. So you can build a better page for yourself. Yeah, so also just like just to reiterate, if you have a website, you can just like connect to things like Stripe, but at the same time you can connect with Suberra. So this expands your product offering. It expands the way that you can collect your revenue, and this is a kind of like a more technical details of how things work. It's like, I mean, long story short is that you can just redirect users to Suberra. We help you to collect the signatures. We help you to transfer the money from customers to yourself, and then like you can basically like receive what we call as a webhook. And this webhook you can basically give users access to the platform. So essentially, that's how it works. Integration is straightforward. Um, it's going to get easier in the next few months once we have like more integrations like Shopify, and WordPress that is coming up next.
Incredible. I personally can't wait for that Shopify integration. That's going to be huge.
Yeah, like many people tell us that they just want to. I mean, there's so many great ideas there. Like lots of people wants to sell things on Shopify, like merchandise and stuff like that. So it's definitely a great platform.
Yeah, I'm surprised the community hasn't had any questions yet. But then again, you've been doing such a good job explaining everything. So yeah, really appreciate that.
Yeah,
Actually, wait, we got one
no
question
worries.
coming in from William.
Mm-hmm.
They're wondering how much does it cost to use your services?
So we are not charging fees right now, but like going forward, we plan to charge like a small percentage of your transactions. And that's going to come in like 6 months time. Yeah, so it's free for the time being.
Fantastic. I feel like you've already touched on this quite a bit, but would you mind like just highlighting again what the competitive advantages are when it comes to using Suberra over an alternative crypto payment solution?
Yeah, okay. So right now like the leading kind of like payments like solution in crypto is Coinbase Commerce as well as like BitPay. So how we differ from like these two is that number one, we allow recurring payments. So on like BitPay and like Coinbase Commerce, they only do like one-time payment. So how it works is that you have to send money to an address, and then like that goes into your account if you're a merchant. So in Sebra's case is that we allow you to accept recurring payments like subscriptions or any kind of like on-demand billing. So if you have like a SaaS company or if you're running like a cloud service provider, maybe say Alchemy or Infura, for example, whereby you charge people a fee every month, you can consider using Suberra. So we have to automate the collection of payments and just to make it so seamless. The second thing is that we are very optimized for the user experience on the user side. So we take care of everything um, from like even the gasless transactions as well as like it's just so simple to subscribe to services. So if you have actually tried to pay with crypto in the past, let's say with like someone who's using Coinbase Commerce, for example, you will have to basically copy and paste the address, you have to copy and paste the amount, and then you have to find some gas tokens on your wallet and sign a transaction. But on Sparrows case is that it's just gonna be like one button there. It's just gonna pay. So when you pay, then we collect the signature from your wallet, and then you're all set. So there's no more kind of like manual way about just like collecting, just copy and paste your address and your amount into the wallet. The third, I mean the third kind of like innovation that we have here is that and I think this similarly very like simple, but it's not that simple in the payment space. Is that we are entirely self custody. So merchants bring your own receiver address. We do not custodize your funds. And that's not necessarily true with some of those like bigger like payment processor. Most of them actually like just store your funds and then basically like it's like basically like a custodian solution or like an exchange. And as you know, with like like after the FTX saga, people are a lot more serious about like security and decentralization. So that is like something that we feel is worth highlighting. You can consider using Supera if you are very much want control over your funds. So you can bring your own wallet like a MetaMask, like a Ledger, or even like Fireblocks or um or Genesis Safe. You can use any wallet to receive money. So I think that's really what's cool about Suberra that maybe some of those competitors out there they can't really do.
Incredible. We got another question coming in from William27. They're wondering, can I sell art NFTs directly with this service? And um, would I still be able to acquire a secondary market royalty on those NFTs?
Okay, so NFT is interesting because like I mean number one is that we are not a like NFT issuance platform. If you're looking to launch an NFT collection, maybe you can consider just like using OpenSea just for that. But what we can do is that we can enable a very special kind of NFT, and that's called a NFT subscriptions. And for those of you who just came in, so NFT subscription is just a very very special kind of NFT that it has like an expiration time. So you can so this NFT is gonna like be active for like a period of time, say 1 month. And then like within a 1 month you can use these NFTs to access anything like Discord or Telegram. Um and this NFT will expire unless you renew your subscription. So that's basically how it works. And we feel that that's very interesting. It's something that I feel is alternative way about capturing revenue and from the NFT community. Because like the current NFT like space is that people are issuing like perpetual NFTs, right? And that's like as a creator you only earn money from the issuance as well as the royalty fees. But sometimes like you have to basically like either do a very like cheap mint or you cannot or even allow people to mint for free, but you want to collect this like recurring cash flow of like from your community. So let's say that let me just give you one example, like country club or private members club. Essentially is that you basically pay like a small amount of fee, and then you want to get into those like fitness club or member club. And let's say if you don't have that, if you do not pay for that, then you are just going to lose access to the platform. So you can build a similar experience with subscriptions NFT, and that will allow you to basically have a different way of like monetization. So this concept isn't new. So in fact, there was like a proposal that was raised by Azuki Dev. So they were looking into subscription NFTs as well. And we just think that maybe this could be could be an angle in the future. So going back to your question, if you're looking to launch like a NFT that is like similar to like OpenSea, then I think that Suberra might not really be the way to go. But if you're looking to kind of explore new ideas with this subscriptions NFT, then let's have a chat. Yeah, because we're also looking for people who wants to try this out. With this on like experimental build and looking to roll out with like some partners.
What are you most excited about? Oh, by the way, William27 says that's brilliant. So they definitely loved what you had to say there. But yeah, something I'm curious about is like when you think about Suberra and your position within the future of Web3. Like, what are you most excited about? Like, what are you most hopeful for? What do you see as like the perfect outcome for Suberra?
Okay, so right now is that we feel like Suberra is like it solves like partially of like my kind of mission towards like making commerce and payments very seamless to people, but it has like a flaw there. I mean, it has like currently the flaw that I'm not that happy with is the transaction speed as well as the privacy layer. So right now everything that is on chain is kind of like public, and that's really like not that great for a user perspective. So for example, is that let's say that like, oh, I want to subscribe to things like maybe like OnlyFans, right? Maybe if I have like someone that I want to just like subscribe to and like view content, but maybe I do not really want people to see that I'm subscribing to a particular artist. So in that case, I'm just thinking that there are ways around it. So something that Polygon is working towards, which is like ZK stuff. I think that's really exciting. I think that ZK is really crucial for like solving like the pain point of payments on chain, because people are just like very like careful about like transactions on chain, and they do not really want to like dox anyone, so like dox their address. So I was just doing this like, so I'm not sure whether some of you have like this experience that uh let's say that you go out for dinner with your friends, maybe they are all crypto users, they have a USDC, and then like when it's time to settle your bill, you want people to send money to your address, right? And then but some people might not be comfortable because like I do not really want to send money to this address because once I send it, then they know how much money I have in like on the on the blockchain. They can see my address on the Zapper or the bank, and they get uncomfortable. So most of the time they either don't want to use like USDC, or maybe they will just like transfer from like an exchange like Coinbase or Binance. So I feel that like ZK stuff, like they are going to change that. We are going to get like capabilities to make things more private for users. We are going to get things that will instantly increase the scalability and transaction speed for things to be settled on chain. And I feel that that will just like create just a best experience in payments. So something that we have been also working on at the site is that we are exploring with some card providers to be able to do like crypto payments directly from your on-chain wallet. So just imagine that one day you will be able to give allowance of say 500 USDC from your wallet, and then you can have a card. You can have a Visa card that you can spend on any merchant, and it just draws directly from your account in Polygon to the merchant. So and then you can so essentially that becomes like I would think that that becomes like an inflection point for crypto because it makes things so mainstream. Anyone can just bring the money in, and then they can set some allowances, and then they can just like spend. Maybe we can even innovate to say that you can have those like USDC that's earning some yields on a yield farm, and then you can just like spend on it as well. So if you have like I think that basically increase the capital efficiency of like on-chain payments, and I'm just like looking forward to see what we can actually do with that. Yeah.
Huge, huge. Yeah, I love that you're thinking about the ZK tech. I'm like think that's one of the coolest innovations, and it's definitely one of the big focuses at Polygon. Um, Geez, I'm running short on questions. You've done such a good job explaining everything, from like what you guys do, what your vision is for the future, like everything. I feel like very informed on Suberra now. Um, I don't know. Is there anything that you wanted to cover that you haven't already that is important?
Mm, I think I pretty much like covered most of it already. So yeah, so I think that just want to give a final shout out before we just like maybe we can end this like AMA earlier, is that if you are a merchant who is looking to accept crypto payments, you can consider using Suberra. If you are a user who wants to subscribe to crypto services but you can't really do it right now, you can just like tag a service your favorite providers out there. So maybe you are trying to subscribe to a cloud provider, maybe you are trying to subscribe to a like a streaming platform. If that's something that we can bring them on board, we'll be happy to do so. Yeah, so that's like essentially what I want to cover today. And anyway, thanks a lot for having us here. Yeah,
Yeah,
really appreciate
absolutely.
it.
Edison, you're always welcome back in future, and I plan on being one of the first people to test out the Shopify integration when that goes live. So I'll definitely be staying in touch with you. And just so everyone's aware, I just dropped a little Google form. Drop your wallet address in there, and I will send you a POAP. POAP is just a proof of attendance protocol NFT to commemorate your attendance here today. Um, so yeah, it's a little cool collectible. And Edison, where's the best place for people to find out more about you and get in touch with like you and Suberra Protocol? Like, do you have a Twitter page we could follow for you?
Oh yeah, so you can I think that first of all is that it's best that you follow like Suberra Twitter account, which is Suberra protocol. So that's the best way that you can follow our updates on product launches as well as like campaigns that we are sharing right now. So in the future, we may be running some marketing campaigns that will incentivize usage on Suberra platform. So definitely stay in tune there. You will also get updates on new merchants on Suberra. But if you are like interested to cover, just follow me. My Twitter is Edison0XYZ, and I tweet about everything about Suberra, everything about maybe what I find cool about the space, like maybe like ZK stuff, which is something that I've been looking at a lot these days. So you can consider follow me on Twitter for that updates. Yeah, but for most of us, but I would prefer if you follow Suberra because that's where you can get most of the alpha and maybe most of the campaigns that are coming out.
Perfect, perfect. So if you want to drop the link to your Twitter in the text channel, I just dropped the Suberra website, so you can go check out. There's a ton more of information on Suberra on the Suberra website, of course, and then the Twitter channels there. If you want to give them a follow on Twitter, highly recommend that, so you can keep up to date with all the alpha. And then the Telegram link is there too if you want to join in on the community. I don't know if you guys got a Discord that you want to share as well, Edison, and yeah.
Yeah, I think I mean the best way to reach out to us is on Twitter as well as like I mean just on Twitter. That's our main source of like information. Yeah, so and looking forward to connect with everyone there.
Awesome, awesome. Well, with that said, I feel like this has been a really great overview on Suberra. I've really enjoyed this AMA and really grateful to have had the opportunity to meet you, Edison. I'm looking forward to all that's in store for our future. So, yeah, this has been great.
Likewise, thanks for having us here.
Yeah. Thank you again, and anytime, like I said, you're always welcome back. And thank you everyone in the Polygon community for showing up today. Really appreciate having such a large audience here asking questions. So you guys always like make this awesome. So yeah, really big shout out to everybody for making these AMAs such a success. Anyways, yeah, sorry, I was like little tongue tied there. It's like seashells on the seashore kind of thing.
Yeah.
Anyways,
I mean, it happens. Yeah, it happens.
yeah. Anyways, with that said, yeah, this has been great. I guess we're good to wrap things up now. So I'll say bye, and I wish you all a wonderful day. Thanks again, Edison,
Thank
for
you so much.
meeting
Yeah,
with us.
thanks for having us. All right, bye.
Bye now.
Goodbye.